And now, the show you've been waiting for. From Channels TV's global headquarters, it's The Other News. And here's your host, Okey Bakassi.
All right. Hello. Hello, yes, hello. Congratulations. You made it to the very last episode of The Other News for the year 2018. Wow. It's The Other News. The New Year resolution, straight news makes every year and breaks before the end of the year. So it's The Other News. And keep it here. My guest today is an entrepreneur, a farmer, a man who has put himself forward to say, hey, Nigerians, I want to lead you. He's PDP's candidate for a seat in the House of Representatives, Alimosho constituency. Well, join me in welcoming Abdulazeez, Akinwale, Akinsanya in the building. Yes. Our correspondents, Dan D Humorous, Binta Bhadmus and SLK, have something special planned for us in keeping with the season. But all comes up later in the show. What a year 2018 has been. Oh. Well, in 2018, Africa was given a new name. That is according to this guy. And when it was time for the so-called leader of the giant of Africa to warn his counterpart for insulting our honor.
Whether that allegation against the president was true or not. So the best thing for me is to keep quiet.
Try. That's what we see, Amo. In this same year, Donald Trump agreed to shut down his personal charity, the Trump Foundation, after the organization faced allegations of persistently illegal conduct. We know 419 when we see it. You know, as they send us the charity donation letter like this, we just look at it like this. You know, we know what he knows and he knows what we know. Yeah. This will not be charity. This is charity plus. You see, this is why Trump doesn't like immigrants from shithole countries. And that is smart. Okay, 2018 was also the year of godfathers disowning sons. And fathers attempting, emphasis on attempting, to enthrone son-in-laws. Well, usually, the dead are not ambitious. However, in 2018, we saw some dead people getting board appointments. Well, there was a time when being caught on camera was as good as being caught red-handed. But in 2018, it don't happen like that. What a gandolaristic year. Well, Duncan Mighty has indicated his interest in being running mate to presidential candidate of the Action Alliance Congress, AAC, Omoyele Sowore. Duncan, my brother. Maybe this is why Duncan Mighty always comes and goes. I think, bros, I think you need to focus on your music career like Dino Milai. Yeah. You see, this year was the year that our Super Eagles made us proud at the World Cup, not by winning the World Cup, but by winning the World Cup fashion parade. And they sold our market very well. One thing that has been very annoying this 2018 is the judgmental nature of human beings, especially the human species called Nigerians. In this season of love and hope, for instance, why should anybody judge a full-grown man who just wants to collect small something from Father Christmas? Why? Why? Anyway, who be this? No, this one is Santa Claus now. And it's for white people. I mean, Father Christmas. Hey, better. Yeah. You see, Santa Claus only gives small children gifts. But Father Christmas knows exactly what we Africans need. Yes, that's the difference. What if the man, who is not me, I mean, just has a Christmas wish list that will be for the betterment of all Niger people? You know, will people still call him Abaya? Okay, so since that is the case now, yeah. Now, if this guy in question who wants to share his wish lists on national television, what if that guy is me? I'm just saying, and his wish list is something like this.
Comments made by the Minister of Power, Works and Housing asking Nigerians to blame the distribution and generation companies for the lack of power supply.
Okay. That guy is me. Yes. The guy that has the wish list. Yes. I still the message Father Christmas and I no get shame. No shame. When you have wish list, you have wish list. So Father Christmas, please pay attention. So as I was saying, the first item on my Christmas wish list is uninterrupted power supply. And I think I speak for most Nigerians because these stories that touch, they have been touching us for too long. Even our Minister of Power, Works and Housing that used to smile yakata finds it difficult to smile these days. Maybe if Father Christmas removes the works and housing from his hustle, he can now focus on power and give us results. I'm just thinking, it's a wish. Right. The next thing on my wish list is that nice gadget called Job Settlement 20.19. You know the gadget. Daddy Christmas, listen attentively. I hope you are not on strike like other Nigerian workers. Because this list, we have to exhaust it. Now, EFCC has been actively carrying out their acts with acting chairman, Magu. But Father Christmas, I wish EFCC could open a new branch called EFCCAA. That is Economic and Financial Crimes Commission Against Animals. That's in honor of the various snakes, monkeys, and assorted bushmeat that swallowed money in 2018. Then the ICPC could also join them and open the ICPCC, Independent Corrupt Practices for Corrupt Creatures, so that nobody will escape the hammer of the law, whether man or animal. But on a musical note, it would be nice to get a tear-rubber album from a talented person like this guy. Oh, Father Christmas, I need him to release a new track. Since politicians have refused to do their work, like they can at least entertain us. Also, please, can Nigerians get a different type of violence and terrorism package? You see, because the one we asked for last year must have been delivered to the wrong address. So instead of suicide bombers, we actually want politicians who can say, we die here. Just so Nigeria can be better. Die for the fatherland. That's the one we want. Well, another important wish. Please, Father Christmas, bring back our Chibok girls and Leah Sharibu. Please. Father Christmas, please make this wish the federal government's command. Command them. Enough is enough. Yeah. What else do I want? Healthcare. Healthcare that really cares. Not careless healthcare. So that our president can stay at home and look after us. Is that too much to ask? Okay. You see, because our hospitals and mortuary no suppose they look alike. Okay. I know my wish list is as long as Igbo bride price list. So I cannot say everything on it. But I must say this one. Father Christmas, you know, say you formed my hand last year. So please, don't form my hand this one. This is my very important wish. Free, fair, and peaceful election come 2019. Yes. I don't know how you can do it, but you can call the politicians for meeting. Just give them the good sportsmanship starter pack. You know that time that you gave Oga Jonah that time. That would be nice. Like Christmas philosopher Maria Carey says, I don't want a lot for Christmas. There are just some things that I need. And these few things are the things that I need. So Father Christmas, this grown-up man sitting at an unserious news desk has presented his Christmas wish list to you. Yes. Because Because like most Nigerians, it is in my DNA to be wishing instead of taking action. Because instead of going to collect PVC or coming out to vote or even behaving like a responsible citizen and doing things that can bring about tangible change, I'll just sit down and wish. Yeah. So please, sir, check this list and do the needful. Thank you. Make 2019 sweet for all of us. As being the PDP candidate for the House of Representatives, Alimosho constituency, my guest tonight is an entrepreneur, youth advocate, marketing communication specialist, and tourism expert. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Abdulazeez Akinwale Akinsanya. Please, a round of applause. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Abdulazeez Akinwale from Alimosho. What happened? Is it that your parents got to the first alphabet and decided to stop it there?
I think it's just destiny.
Destiny.
Yeah,
That
I think it's destiny. Yeah.
I hope your WAEC result reflects that destiny.
Well, I've got some few A's too there.
You got some few A's.
Yes.
That's good enough. That's good enough.
Thank
That's good enough. We are not here to verify your certificate. Because we know you have your WAEC certificate. Yeah. You are an entrepreneur, youth advocate, tourism expert, communications, all the things in one. Plus, cattle farmer.
Yes.
So which one are you the master of?
Well, I will call myself an entrepreneur.
Wow. Okay. So a way to put everything together.
Yeah, a way to put everything together. I'm a business and social entrepreneur, so to say. I try to make wealth and also have the social impact on people.
You know, I like, you know how the experts will say you have to have multiple streams of income, you know. But once we send you now to the House of Representatives, what happens to all this?
Well, the businesses are there taking care of itself. I don't need to be there, you know. But at
You've
least
put structures in place.
I've started it and I've put structures in place.
We are going to believe you. We are going to believe you, yes.
You have to. You have to.
You belong to the opposition party in
yes.
Lagos State.
Yes.
What is your main concern about how Lagos State is being run?
We've been asked not to. Our campaign should be issues based. So I'm not going to talk too badly about.
You can still make it issues based.
I know. It's going to be issue based.
While stating your concerns.
Well, concerns for Lagosians generally, if you look at it, number one is unemployment. The rate of unemployment is a bit high, is on the high side. Then if you look at the poverty level too, is on the high side. And look at the congestion. We have too many people in Lagos State today, and you see traffic everywhere. And in Alimosho itself, we have, for the younger ones, there's lack of opportunities, which is part of what we've been facing, the challenges, and also lack of amenities. It goes together. You know, if we look at power in itself, if power has been restored to Nigeria as a whole, we know a lot of our younger ones will have been engaged in so many other things. Small businesses will have been able to kick off and thrive off.
We see where your concerns are. Now, if given the opportunity, I'm not going to ask you about Lagos as a whole, because the whole of Lagos is not your jurisdiction, it's Alimosho.
It's just Alimosho.
What will you do differently in Alimosho?
Firstly, you know, Alimosho is the biggest local government in the whole of West Africa, with almost about 7.8 million. And it's about 7.8 million. And you see, in changing it, you need to be somebody that is rooted in Alimosho. You need to know the problems of Alimosho. You need to know a problem before you can get solutions to it.
True.
And for me, Abdulazeez Akinwale Akinsanya, I got into Alimosho since 1980. I virtually grew up in Alimosho for over 38 years. And I understand Alimosho in and out. So before you can tackle issues of Alimosho, you need to be somebody that understands Alimosho itself.
Give us an example of one of those things.
Okay.
You know, you've generalized.
Yes.
We agree. You've lived there. you understand the unique nature of the place. So just take one problem, hypothetically. Because you know Nigerians, we know how to highlight problems.
Yeah, I know,
and the solution.
I know. For someone like me, you need to have empathy for the people. Looking at the population of Alimosho, the educational level is kind of low. And if you look at what the budget is giving education today, is nothing to write home about. So we need to get our people educated. Wow. We seriously need to get our people educated, because Alimosho is the local government everybody looks forward to when election is coming because of the numbers. And you see the younger ones are they are vulnerable, so to say.
So politicians come there, gather the vote and leave them behind?
Yes, and leave them behind.
Wow.
That is exactly what the problem is.
You know, the people kind of, I think they've lost faith in politicians, you know, because of all these politicians come, promise, and they move on after a while. How are you planning to, you know, change that orientation, that perception, the way that people look at politicians?
Presently, while I've been going about in Alimosho, I keep telling people I'm not a politician. I'm a citizen of Alimosho. And you need to be a citizen of Alimosho to be able to address the problems of Alimosho. Politicians will come and give you promises, failed promises. But as a citizen of Alimosho, you know the problems. You need to go to the grassroots. We need to do what we call baseline studies. We need to sit with them, have town hall meetings, address these issues. What are the issues that are bordering on our youths, on our younger ones? What are the issues of the market women? These are things we need to do, and we need to solve it together. You don't just go there and tell them, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You need to identify what the problems are before you can address them. That's why I said I'm a citizen, not a politician.
Okay, this question is something that I won't let you go here without asking you.
Okay.
You're coming from a local government that has the kind of population that you have. I also want to believe that a lot of people who reside in that local government are not people who originally are from Alimosho.
Yes,
you know, because
I agree.
I mean, Lagos, we all congregate in Lagos.
Yes.
For example, everybody is talking about restructuring, and some people have the opinion that to restructure Nigeria includes removal of state of origin and putting emphasis on state of residence.
Definitely.
Do you align with that restructuring line of thought?
Yes, I do.
Or you?
I do. Looking at Alimosho, the population of Alimosho, 50% are non-indigent. And growing up in Alimosho, we have all tribes in Alimosho. If you look at the non-indigents, they constitute 50% of the population of Alimosho, while the Yorubas, Aworis, Egbados constitute the other 50%. And in the history of Nigeria as a whole, I don't think there is ever a time you've heard of any clash within that local government, because we've always been living together. So I'm an advocate of restructuring. It's really going to help.
Okay. Finally, you know, in Nigeria, we've always experimented change from top to bottom. And it looks like it's not working. How do we try change from bottom to up?
That takes us on the grassroots.
Yeah.
We need to go to the grassroots. That's where education comes in.
Okay.
While you are educating them, you also need to empower them. And you know, for such
I like the empowerment part.
Yeah, I know you. I have an agenda.
Because all this education without empowerment, you know, that is why
let me just explain
these days we hear young people say, who school help?
Who you help?
You know. So I like
now, let me just tell you what my agenda is. I have this LET agenda. I call it leadership A to Z, empowerment A to Z, transparency A to Z. And in achieving all this, you need to educate the people. You need to take them through the phases. You need to train them. After training, empowerment comes in. After empowerment, then you finance them. You kick them off. Then you teach them the management of how to manage what you've empowered in them.
Abdulazeez, Akinwale, we wish you the best.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks for making our time to chat with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's still the other news, ladies and gentlemen, and we are still here for you. Very soon, Binta Bhadmus, SLK, and D Humorous will unveil what they think. In this season of giving, receiving, and enjoyment, it appears our correspondents at the other news have some Christmas jollification of their own to share with you. Over to you, Binta, SLK, and Dan.
Oh, take him again. One more. Let's do it in two.
On the first day of Christmas, my country said to me, "Damn, tree girls abducted."
On the second day of Christmas, my country said to me, headsmen and smiling.
"Damn, tree girls abducted."
Gee, on the third day of Christmas, my country said to me, Mesa disappeared.
Headsmen and smiling.
"Damn, tree girls abducted." On the fourth day of Christmas, my country said to me, "Harry, where's my sister?"
Mesa disappeared.
Headsmen and smiling.
"Damn, tree girls abducted."
On the fifth day of Christmas, my country said to me, "This is Niger."
"Harry, where's my sis?"
Mesa disappeared.
Headsmen and smiling.
"Damn, tree girls abducted."
On the sixth day of Christmas, my country said to me, wizard Iwa fever.
This is Niger.
"Harry, where's my sis?"
Mesa disappeared.
Headsmen and smiling.
"Damn, tree girls abducted."
On the seventh day of Christmas, my country said to me, politicians are not loyal.
Wizard Iwa fever.
This is Niger.
"Harry, where's my sis?"
Mesa disappeared.
Headsmen and smiling.
"Damn, tree girls abducted."
On the eighth day of Christmas, my country said to me, "Buhari certificate."
Politicians not loyal.
Wizard Iwa fever.
This is Niger.
"Harry, where's my sis?"
Mesa disappeared.
Headsmen and smiling.
"Damn, tree girls abducted." On the ninth day of Christmas, my country said to me, "Quarter to election."
Buhari certificate.
Politicians are loyal.
Wizard Iwa fever.
This is Niger.
"Harry, where's my sis?"
Mesa disappeared.
Headsmen and smiling.
"Damn, tree girls abducted."
On the 10th day of Christmas, my country said to me, who beat Fayoshe?
Quarter to election.
Buhari certificate.
Politicians are not loyal.
Wizard Iwa fever.
This is Niger.
"Harry, where's my sis?"
Mesa disappeared.
Headsmen and smiling.
"Damn, tree girls abducted."
On the 11th day of Christmas, my country said to me, Buhari or Jibril?
Who beat Fayoshe?
Quarter to election.
Buhari certificate.
Politicians not loyal.
Wizard Iwa fever.
This is Niger.
"Harry, where's my sis?"
Mesa disappeared.
Headsmen and smiling.
"Damn, tree girls abducted."
On the 12th day of Christmas, my country said to me, strike, strike, strike! Buhari or Jibril?
Who beat Fayoshe?
Quarter to election.
Buhari certificate.
Politicians not loyal.
Wizard Iwa fever.
This is Niger.
"Harry, where's my sis?"
They ran with the maze.
Headsmen are not smiling.
"Damn, tree girls
Yes, Yeah, you don't know say we sabi sing, Abi. Now you know. In fact, we'll soon release the other news debut album. Na joke. Well, this brings us to the end of the last episode for the year. Thank you all for rolling with us all through 2018. Let's do this again in 2019. You can keep up with us by following us at the Other News CTV across all our social media platforms. Our people say, the person who leads with no one following is only taking a walk. Till next time, my name is Okey. Happy New Year and Happy New Year in advance. See you next year. See you next year.